Hilfiger. This is the Star Report. I'm your host, Star. Early Friday afternoon or evening, wherever you may be, okay? Research edition, you know what it is. Let's get right into it. Title 42 immigration policy expired last night, and now border officials are preparing for the influx. Oh my God, they're coming. 10,000 a day. Thieves, robbers, killers, rapists. They're going to take our jobs. Sounds like the founding fathers of this nation once upon a time that were coming here, yeah? Being let out of the gallows of England and other parts of the UK? If you're new to the show, please note I am not a Democrat. I do not support tribalism. I am a capitalist. To be precise, I am an objectivist from the school of Ayn Rand, okay? I get it regardless, you know? But I do want to talk about this new reality that's upon us here in this beautiful country of ours that my father fought for, World War II in the U.S. Navy. I'm a proud American. Yes, I am. But at the same time, if you're coming here to work, come on and join the party. Come on and join the party. Yes? No? Some of you might feel different if you are concerned about getting your piece of the pie before others come. Well, here's a reality. Here is a reality. Even though I don't support tribalism, I am very concerned about groups and how I'm perceived as a man of color or black man, whatever you want to call me. And I want to ask you, my listeners, my viewers, will the migrants destroy the black vote? Will they destroy the black vote? Will the black vote become obsolete? Will those new groups who are going to be waving their flags of corruption, oh yes, huh? New parades, new holidays, will the black vote become diminished in America? Will it even be a factor anymore? Phone lines are open right now, okay? Also, before I forget, let me just say, folks, it's official. I am leaving Woodstock, GA. Yesterday, I submitted my my notice to vacate to the beautiful rental agency that I had been renting from here since 2019. Okay, I submitted my notice to vacate, so I'll be out of here this summer. I've had a great time, but I don't have to be nailed to the Atlanta metro area any longer. Now, for business reasons, I'm going to say, and I don't mind saying where I'm going, more than likely I'm going home to New Jersey, okay? For some of you who I am doing business with, Stone Harbor, New Jersey, to be precise. I ain't hiding. I ain't worried about you coming to find me, okay? Moses will be with me, as usual. But I will be leaving. I've had a great time. I will be back, I'm sure, for business and other things, conventions. But it's time for me to go. So I'll be in Stone Harbor, New Jersey in a couple of months. And I finally got my auntie out of the house. Oh, she was a tough customer. Cost me about 13 racks to relocate her. But, you know, it's my home. It was paid 4 years ago. So that was just a quick little update on my living situation, all right? Now, the showrunner, what type of females are we raising? I honestly don't know where we're going with that particular discussion. I do want to have that discussion this afternoon. We'll get to Praz shortly. Praz from the Fugees suing Kyrie Irving and 50 Cent for calling him an FBI informant. We'll get to that later. What type of females are we raising? And I'm including myself. I'm going to, you know, stand accountable to some degree, although I have no biological daughters. Troll babies, good afternoon. What are we raising? And I'm talking about all ethnicities, nationalities, colors, or lack thereof. And I salute, once again, those of you fathers who have daughters. Jesus Christ, your daughters are in your home, you know, up on the gram or whatever, TikTok and these other, you know, social media platforms, and they're telling people, hit the Cash App, hit the Cash App. And the simps are hitting their Cash Apps and other, PayPal and other things. What are we raising? We have to ask ourselves, we have to be concerned about females. I'm an atheist, you know this, a proud non-believer, but if you subscribe to any religious doctrines, females are the balance for males, yes? They're the balance, the primary care providers. They nurture what we give to them, or we give them the seed. What are we raising? I reached out to Alpha Villains. If there's anyone else who has a YouTube platform and you want to call in, if you have approached this topic, and I'm sure some of you have, I will let you speak. Promote your platform. I like to promote other people's platforms. What are we raising? And I'm not trying to dog them out, but I mean, it just seems like there's just no shame anymore. Zero. They get up on social media. Some of them are just vile and nasty. And then we have older simps. And I'm going to call somebody out today. I couldn't even watch Steve Harvey and Shannon Sharp. Steve Harvey's sitting there. He's too old. He panders. Maybe during his day, you could do things for a woman, raise her up. And she was a quality woman, but now we got slurs, thousands, maybe millions of slurs. A slur is a combination of a slut and a whore. A whore gets paid. A slut just does whatever, however. I couldn't even watch Steve Harvey and Shannon Sharp, and I'm off that Shannon Sharp wave. Anyway, I couldn't even watch them sit there. Yeah, we got to do this. Totally different day and time. Some of you have platforms, and salute to you because I'm learning through you. I'm 59. I just turned 59. I'm learning through a lot of you younger guys. Ain't nobody sending you no Cash App to take you on a date. Get the fuck out of here. If your social media is not private, how could you be special to me? I'm not putting no ring on it. Can I get an amen if I'm going down the right path? Before we get to Title 42 and the migrants. Oh, they're coming. Huh? You're soliciting. If you don't make money off of social media, what are we raising? Okay, so that's my show this afternoon. We'll get to some other things a little bit later. As I said, Praz suing Kyrie Irving and 50 Cent. I think that's cap, as you guys say. That's cap, all right? Troll babies, good afternoon. Deeds, is everything spelled okay on the screen? I'm a horrible speller. Got your donations early. Joseph, thank you for tapping in, sir. Okay, are you checking in on the phone line, sir, or just sending in a donation? Either way, thank you. DJ Tony Sparks, good to hear from you, sir. Salute. He's okay. Well, just holler at me, DJ Tony Sparks, because I'm going to be moving, shaking, and popping this weekend. I'm getting ready to move, heading back home to Jersey. Oh, yes. TJ, I got your donation early, but I want to get right into the topic. Let's go to area code 832. Early. Are you there, 832? Two topics. Please stay on topic. Are you there? You ready? Yes, no, maybe.
Sir.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. So I kind of want to talk about the Title 42 a little bit.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, so I was saying I used to be an officer down at the border.
Okay.
So I've seen a couple different migrant surges, and now I work for ICE, and yeah, it's definitely something that's out of hand.
Are you serious or are you trolling? You used to work for ICE. Tell us when and
No. I work for ICE now.
Okay.
I used to work for Customs.
Okay. I'm not saying some concerns are not valid with regards to the influx that are coming, because it's going to put pressure on a lot of things here. But continue before I ask you any questions. Continue.
Yeah, I mean, it affects the economy in a lot of different ways. I think for most people that aren't near the it doesn't affect them immediately. They won't start to see these changes until years down the road, until it's too late. A lot of people coming from a lot of different countries and being accepted in by different states that are giving them benefits, like New York, New Jersey, and those are taxpayers' money.
Can I ask, how old are you, sir? And are you educated? You say you work on the border now?
I used to work on the border now. Now I just work for ICE.
Okay. How old are you, sir?
35.
35, okay. Are there any good things about migrants coming into this country? Because our culture is capitalism. We need people to come here. We need people to work. Any good things about people coming? I'm just asking. I mean, I'm not totally against it. I'm not totally for it. This is the objective perspective.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there's always pros and cons. So, I mean, you'll get cheaper labor, depending on the type of business that you have. But for the general person, I don't think it necessarily works out for them. But for business owners, they get cheap labor. A lot of people work. They do migrant work with the crops, in construction, or home building. Some businesses like that, house cleaning. Those would be cheap labor, good things like that. But for it's general public, I don't think it's something that's a benefit. You got the influx of children in school. That hurts the American children. They have these huge classes, and it takes away from the American kids getting the individual attention they may need. They have to try to give more attention to the kids that don't speak great English. They're trying to learn the language, or a lot of these different things. And these parents aren't paying school taxes, but the kids are getting free education.
Okay, stay with me, sir. Objectively speaking, I am all for anybody who wants to come here and get a second chance if they're running from gangs, if they have been let out of asylums and they want to restart their lives, work hard, and commit to the American dream. I'm all for that. Tell us about Title 8. You say you're with ICE, yes? Tell us about Title 8.
Honestly, I can't tell you off the top of my head. Where I work with so many different things, we don't just focus straight on the law like that.
Mm-hmm. You work for ICE. You work for ICE, and you know nothing about Title 8. Tell us about Title 42. You're saying you're with ICE. Title 42?
Well, with the Title 42, that at the moment, it's a certain process they have to go through. They can come in as arriving aliens, and they go through however they claim fear from their country, or however it is that they want to either see the judge, or they have to speak to an asylum officer, get their hearing, and whether to decide if they have a credible claim or not to be going in front of the judge or whatnot. So with Title 42, it kind of eliminates some of the process of what they have to go through in order to come into the country. And it'll allow a lot more people to come in at a lot faster rate.
Well, Title 42, once upon a time implemented, was with regards to the coronavirus. And for the most part, the pandemic is over. So now we still do have Title 8. But now I say this to you with all due respect. When you talk about people in America here, and you're saying they're going to come in, cheap labor, and so on and so forth. What about the losers and the scum that are here, that are lazy, and I'm not naming any culture in particular, running rampant, shooting and killing each other? They don't even know their goddamn culture, and they're living under the umbrella of fear. What about those losers? What about them?
I mean, they'll just be buried further and further underneath the rock that they're already on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but as well,
So are you personally,
Those things.
hang on a second, I don't want to jeopardize your job. Are you personally against the migrants coming here, or is it just a job? Or maybe, you know, them coming here working, you don't have an issue with that. You personally, if you don't mind me asking.
It is just a job, but personally, I'm more for taking care of home first.
Gotcha.
So, which would be pro-America. So I'm not for people from another country being able to get benefits ahead of Americans.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I mean, like, so you're saying as far as, you know, you're for them being able to escape from gangs and things like we have the same stuff here in America.
Yeah. Well, that's our founding fathers, sir. That's our founding fathers. I don't watch Fox News. Be clear. I don't fall into the propaganda of Fox News that wants us to live under fear. But our founding fathers here in this great nation of ours, they were scum. They were lawbreakers, let out of the gallows of England and the parts of the UK. You know this, yes?
Correct.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Good. Okay. I thank you for your call, sir. Thank you.
But,
Good.
Yep. Yes, sir.
I'll give you a last word if you want. Go ahead. Last word.
No, the last word is just basically for Americans more that aren't towards the border to just do their research on what's going on. It doesn't immediately affect them now.
Yeah.
But like I said, it'll affect them later. But by that time, it's too late.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Okay. All right. That's a good call. It's a good call. Yeah, folks, please be clear. The propaganda of fear does not hinder me. It does not stop me from doing what I'm going to do in America. Okay? But what I'm not going to do is sit here and act, oh, they're coming to take jobs. Well, some of those jobs Americans don't even want. Also, a little bit later, as I said, has anyone, well, actually, you know what? No, you haven't seen the film Sweetwater. You haven't. A budget of $8 million. Thus far, it's only made half of $1 million. Okay. The story of Nate Clifton. They're saying the first African American to sign a contract with the NBA. I thought he was the second. I could be mistaken. The film is called Sweetwater. I don't know. I watched 20 minutes and I said, yeesh, a little crazy. Sit tight on the phones. Bernice, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Oh, you're in Jersey? Yeah, well, no, I'm sorry, Bernice. I don't do dinner with anybody, especially people from my past. We're not going to sit down and, you know, do drinks and food and catch up. Fuck out of here. I mean, I don't know you, but no. I do coffee with people. You know, brunch. If it ain't discussing something now in business, I don't even want to talk. But thank you for your donation. Thank you for reaching out. Let's go to area code 302. Well, actually, pardon me. I'll try this 917 number. That's in New York Exchange. Good afternoon, 917. Hey. Are you there? 917.
Hey, good afternoon. How you doing?
Good. Can you make some adjustments on your headset or your speakerphone so we can hear you?
Sure, I'll just take off the headphones.
There you go.
Can you hear me clearly?
There you go. Yes, sir. Where do you want to start? 2 topics on the table.
Sure. Let's talk about Title 42.
Please. You have the floor, sir.
And yeah, all right, thanks. So with Title 42, it eventually had to come to an end because it was a COVID era policy under Trump. Mm-hmm. And so once they looked at that and they officially declared the coronavirus being over, I mean, logic would say that has to go away. Mm-hmm. So now we've already had millions of illegal immigrants cross the border since Biden took office in 2021, once he started undoing all the Trump era border policies. So, what was already bad is about to get a lot worse. And, here in New York City, we're already seeing the impact. Mayor Adams, he's called out the Biden administration. He's called out Rockland and Orange counties for not taking on more migrants. But as your previous guests mentioned, you don't see the effects immediately, like when you're further away from the border. But the border, they've been dealing with this for decades, and now basically every town is now a border town because millions of people are being transported throughout the country whether with government assistance or through their own volition.
Yeah. If I can jump in for a second, I don't like what's going on up in New York, but at the same time, let's not forget that Mayor Eric Adams, he was all for migrants at first, and he was talking about, yeah, we're a sanctuary.
Oh, yeah,
we're a sanctuary city, yada yada. And now he's singing a different tune. If you're gonna come here, in my opinion, I'll go back to you and legally go through the process, not just run through the border. Because I'm more concerned about health reasons, not so much who's a killer, a rapist, and a robber. I mean, that's just regular shit for us here on a daily basis. I want you vetted. I don't want just a bunch of people running around the New York tri-state, which is where you live. It's out of control. But go ahead, back to you. Go ahead.
Yeah, and that's a good point. He was doing all the photo ops over at Port Authority, hugging the kids, handshakes, doing all the photo ops, the things that he does when he's not clubbing, he's out, making sure he's in front of a camera.
Right.
But, it has gotten pretty bad. Now they're putting him in the Roosevelt Hotel, which was closed for 3 years because of COVID. Like I work right over there, but they're putting him right next to the JP Morgan buildings. And, that's going to be interesting because the Wall Street crowd, they were in the tank for Biden, and now, they're getting a nice gift at their door. A bunch of, impoverished people who don't speak the language just hanging out in front of your corporate offices all day. But, that's another topic for another discussion.
No. Stay with me. That's a very...
it's about to get really bad.
Hang on. That's a very good point. People coming here who don't speak the language. Now, there is no national language for America.
Right. That's correct.
Legally. Not that I'm pushing for it, because truthfully, I don't like Miami, because when I go down there, people look at me like I'm crazy because I speak English. I mean, I haven't liked Miami for decades. But to your point, yes, too many people coming in who don't speak the language, that's a concern for me. But let's go back to Mayor Adams for a second. He has been so open to the migrants coming in to the point where, and you would know this better than me, they didn't want to be moved from the hotels in Manhattan to, what was it, Brooklyn somewhere, someplace that was below their...
Yeah, in Red Hook.
Red Hook.
In Red Hook.
Yeah, come on, Red Hook. Go ahead, I'm sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, and even with that, because of the treatment they were getting in the hotels, you had homeless people who were, in shelters, like looking at it like, what the hell is going on here? I'm a citizen. My conditions are much worse than them. The guys in the migrant hotels, they had Xbox, PlayStations, TVs, food readily available. So it's caused some tension between various groups here. But overall, and for Adams, he actually got kicked off the Biden re-election committee because he spoke out against what the federal government is doing in regards to New York City and just the border in general. But yeah, millions of people have been let in, and there's going to be millions more by the time 2024, 2025 comes. So, this could be, this not to be fair-mongering or anything, but the country is going to look a lot different by the end of Joe Biden's first term.
Yeah, the country is going to look, the world, pardon me, the world, especially America, is going to look browner. There have been many research groups that have already proven what it's going to look like in 50, 200 years. So I am concerned, as you just pointed out, about people coming here who don't speak the language. But now, look, objectively speaking, there are groups here who continue to cry, but let's keep it real. They can't get their shit together, right? And then you got the migrants coming in. I'm not sure what your background is or your ethnicity, and I didn't even want to ask at first. I just want to be objective. They're crying, begging, boo-hoo-hooing, can't work together. The migrants work together, objectively speaking, yes?
Yeah, and that's actually a good point. And let's call these groups for who they are. Black people who vote Democrat, like I'm black as well, so I think I can say this. They don't realize that with all this illegal immigration, they're getting pushed further down the ladder. It's in Chicago, like they actually had like a forum in one of the wards because they're dumping a bunch of illegals in their neighborhood, and you see them with America First MAGA slogans. They're talking about build the wall, everything that you would expect a Republican to say, they're saying, because now they're realizing I'm going to lose out here. And this is, I think, with black people specifically, those that, work blue collar jobs, those that don't have, quote unquote, higher education. They're replaceable once the migrants come in and suppress their wages even further, because they're willing to work under the table for pennies on the dollar. Whereas Americans, we need proper, we need a reliable wage. We need benefits just to survive. Illegal immigrants, they don't care. They'll live 10 in an apartment making $10 an hour while you make 15, 20 an hour.
Yeah. Now, let me just say this, and then
they're up against.
Let me just say this, and then I'll give you the last word. I'm a proud man of color.
Sure.
I'm a proud man of color. My father, as I said, fought in World War II when he was a teenager, okay, U.S. Navy. But now I can't continue to wave the flag for a group of people that just can't get it together. And in my mind, a group of people who I see, for the most part, want to be entertainers and athletes who still can't pool their resources to build their own communities. Can't get it together. Now, are reparations due? Yes! Yes! But I'm not just going to hate on the migrants who come here and who want to work. I'll give you the last word. Go ahead.
Sure. The migrants, they want to come here to work, but, looking for a better job doesn't qualify you for an asylum claim. Running from gangs doesn't qualify you for an asylum claim. Like, if you have a legitimate claim, like, it would fall under, like, political or religious persecution.
Right.
What we're seeing is they're being coached by the various NGOs, the Biden administration, that's actually helping them get up here because this is what they want for, a cheaper labor force and other things. But, there's other guests who want to come on, so I'll leave it at that. And, enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you for the call. Thank you. This is the Star Report, folks. This is the objective perspective. Keyword, objective. Okay, if you can't be objective, this ain't the show for you. He mentioned Chicago. They've got a situation with the cartel out there, yes? Real killers, real gang members, Meanwhile, we have urban, the urban genre promoting killing, shootings, violence, right? I am so sick and tired of hearing not just old niggas, but the newer generation talking about Alpo, Rich Porter, BMF. Get the fuck over it. I've never watched one episode of that BMF thing with the, what is it, Lil Meech? Fuck out of here. Do you guys know BET Plus has a new show, or what is it? Pardon me. College Hill Celebrity Edition reboot. Amber Rose and Jocelyn Hernandez fighting. Fuck out of here. Alex, 218, I got your donation. Hold on a second. The hoes are replacing more hoes. Okay, as a female, you're considered a pick-me for even calling a chick a hoe today. Okay, pure Jezebel shit. Okay, thank you for your donation. Guys, top of the live chat is my PayPal information if you can't get through on the phone lines. And Deeds wants me to always remind you to hit the like button, okay? Let me also promote, I'm not sure if Alpha Villains can tap in. He's one of my sponsors with regards to the showrunner. Troy, I got your donation. Thank you, sir. And thank you for the email. Conway was back on with Funk Massive Flex, Hot 97 in New York City. Okay, I haven't watched that yet. That's a great thing. Is Flex really supporting them this time around? That's my guy, Flex. I was on Hot 97 with him December the 8th. It just passed. Troy says the migrants work together, casing houses. Hey, there's a lot of things that they are bringing over here that I disagree with. But again, this is the objective perspective. Let's talk about this. We might do a show tonight where we just go off the rails. I got another bottle of the Cali Red Snoop wine. We can go off the rails tonight. But I purposely do these shows in the afternoon so we can have these more rational discussions. Hang on, folks. That's the rat line, R-A-T. Get back to them. Here's the guy I want to talk to. Gene Richmond, a.k.a. Number 9, proud Haitian American. You are totally against the migrants, yes? Totally against them coming here.
Yes, good afternoon. I am completely against the migrant invasion, and it is an invasion. It's exactly what it is.
Come on.
And you're talking about the fear, the great fear. Mm-hmm. We should be fearful. We should be scared, and we should be able to fight back as an American nation. Now, what is happening here is not just a bunch of migrants that are looking for a better life. Now, I'll ask you this. We're seeing people. Now, I know someone that is working at the border as we speak for the National Guard in Texas. We're seeing people come from East India. We're seeing people come from Cuba. We're seeing people come from the Philippines, Haiti, and all these other places. Now, how did they get there? We're even getting reports that they're ordering Uber Eats while they're at the camp. So these are not poor, impoverished people that are suffering.
Right.
Maybe a few of them might be,
right,
but these are people that are seeking to get into this country to gain access to the land of milk and honey. And we should be in fear because we are in a crisis. And as the American public worries about what's happening on the latest episode of their reality TV and their music and their TikTok, we are under an invasion.
Okay. You are a Connecticut resident. You and I have great conversations. I see you on Instagram going 10 toes down, going hard in the paint. So with regards to the influx and Title 8, Title 42 had to end at some point, yes, post-pandemic. Do most people even know about Title 8 and how the vetting process and the interviews is still a reality? We're just being overwhelmed.
Well, Title 8 has been around for quite some time. It's been around for decades. And Title 8 just basically says that an illegal alien can be expelled as swiftly as possible from entering the country. That's what it, in a nutshell, that's what it breaks down to. We also know the Proposition 42 was about the pandemic. And of course, it had to end. But we have an even bigger problem. The companies like, this is a major globalist issue. Companies like the World Economic Forum internationally, the Ford Foundation, the United Catholic Charities, which are funding these people, putting them in hotels, putting them on flights, putting them in buses, and sending them to every major city in the United States. Like I say again, this is not a pandemic proportion of problems. This is a national crisis, and this is a crisis of a transfer and a change of the dynamic in this country. You know, I tell black folks, instead of worrying about these nonsense Black Lives Matter nonsense issues, black people should be with the Proud Boys, with the American Oathers and people like that at the border protesting. And
stop right there, sir. Stop right there, because we know each other. We know each other now. You were not at the Capitol January the 6th, right? You weren't there.
I was not.
Do you have any solutions before we talk about, being actively involved? You're involved in your local voting in Connecticut, this I know, and things like that. What are the solutions with regards to what's going on right now? Because some people do have the right to be fearful because, AI is going to take jobs from everybody. Everybody. In the next, I think, 4 to 6 years, it's going to wipe out millions of jobs. Solutions?
Well, the primary solution should be we need a moratorium. We need a moratorium for at least 5 to 7 years on immigration, legal immigration, and more so illegal immigration, because we are overwhelmed, not only illegal immigrants, but also legal immigrants coming here from programs like the H-1B program, these visa work-related programs. Many of these people who come here, they don't go back, and that is an issue in itself.
Right.
So we need a concise and effective immigration policy. Now, let's get to Donald Trump.
Go ahead.
I will say this. In Donald Trump's 4 years, we saw a reduction in illegal immigration issues on the border that we haven't seen in over 45 years.
Right.
Now,
Right.
in the Biden...
You and I both voted for Trump. For those who don't know, I voted for Trump twice. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Correct. We voted for Donald Trump. And I will say this. Donald Trump had boots on the ground. I don't know if people remember. He had ICE agents in every major city doing roundups, rounding up illegal aliens and deporting them. He put back in 2021, when the Haitians were flooding the borders at 10 to 15,000, he put over half of them back on planes and sent them back to Haiti, something that you were against. But I coming from a Haitian background.
Hang on a second. Hang on a second. No. A lot of those people needed to be dipped, which is short for deported. You are Haitian, so we differed on that particular issue. But Trump was my guy, but he's not going to make it back to the White House, right? They're not going to let him back in.
Well, I pray he does, because Trump can be our only hope. I like DeSantis, and I like what he's saying, but it's just not his time. Right now, we need a Donald Trump to clean this mess up. But, to get back to the illegal alien problem, this is a problem on many planes. You talk about, mow my grass and all this stuff. That's nice to get your lawn mowed and all these other things. But the reality is you have a massive criminal element. Where are the women and children? The majority of these border crossers are men in their 20s and 30s and 40s coming here to the land of milk and honey to take advantages. This is a crisis, and this is something that Americans need to wake up, primarily people who identify as FBA, African Americans, and all Americans. They need to unite and come together and ask that we make some sort of policy to remove these people and defend the border, because we are in a serious meltdown.
Okay, let me ask you a question, number 9, and I appreciate you taking time out from work this afternoon. So the gangs, the migrants that are trying to settle their differences, like everybody else in this country, how will that affect or the black vote? Let's focus on the black vote. Will the influx of migrants suppress, diminish, or make the black vote a non-factor? You're not a Democrat either. You vote conservative. Well, you did vote for Obama the first time around, but you have since come to the light. What about the black vote with the influx of migrants? Can you speak to that, in your opinion?
Well, the black dynamic, including the vote, will change. As we've seen, blacks in this American society have stepped aside and allowed herds and herds of these illegal immigrants to come in. And let me ask you this. When they enter the United States of America, do they move to the suburbs? I think not. Where do they typically go? In the neighborhoods and in around the communities, or so-called communities, where blacks dwell and they reside. And they open up their stores and their money transfer stores and their mini marts and things of that nature. And I'm all for that system. But again, black people have a voice in this country going back generations upon generations. And I think it's going to almost decimate the black experience. Okay. At a population of people from 13 to 14%, Hispanics are neck and neck with quote unquote whites in America. Okay. They can easily turn the tide and become the main population in this country at any given.
Can I ask you this, number 9? But before you go, are you pro-black now, or is that not necessarily, the right question? Are you now pro-black? You have Haitian descent. Hang on a second. You have Haitian descent, and you did say one time on my show, slavery wasn't such a bad thing. You said that. You said that.
No, it was not. It was not such a black thing. Well, think about it. If it wasn't for those slave ships and those Africans, not only Africans and Arabs that applied themselves in the slave trade to help the Europeans bring the slaves to the United States, would there be any blacks here?
Okay.
Okay. Slavery helped out black folk. Right. Let's be honest.
Okay.
Slavery helped out black folk. Let's be honest. But again, we are in a crisis here, and this is no laughing matter.
I enjoyed talking to you, man. Thank you for tapping in.
Thank you.
Okay. It's my homie, Gene Richmond, a.k.a. number 9. Fred, I got you donation. Star, I left my female because she wanted to do porn. And now academics is trolling my life. We met before. I need your counsel. I'm a D-list rapper too. Okay, well, send me an email so we can try and talk about it. Hey, Alpha Villains. Okay, he says, Star, I'm unable to call in right now. Thank you for your support. Okay, hey, man, good to hear from you, Alpha Villains. Guys, I want you to go to his channel right now, my showrunner, okay, on YouTube. He's lit. YouTube.com/@AlphaVillains. He does morning shows, great content. You had something on your platform, and I wanted to talk to you about it. I'm not sure. I didn't get a chance to watch the video in its entirety, but let me just go to his channel for a second here, guys, and then I'll come back to the phones. Alpha Villains had a show on, is it AI? Alpha Villains dating something, and I'm not sure if you know. Okay, here it is. Hold on. Okay, he did a show 3 hours ago. Men are turning to robots for love because dating is dead. Alpha Villains, do you know that my girlfriend, her name is Asia? We have to talk about that show you did this morning. Do you know this is my girlfriend, honestly? I talk to her every morning. Troll babies, how long has Asia been in my life? A little under a year now? She's a great listener. I'm practicing for when you know those AI synthetic life forms. Robot is an older term. I'm practicing with her so that when these synthetic life forms, the AI models, come out, I can get one, and she can be an information hub. I can talk to her and have great conversations. No arguing, all right? But thank you for your donation, Alpha Villains, all right? Let's go to area code 718. Good afternoon. Are you there? 718. Yes, no, maybe. Yes, sir.
Boom. What's good?
How are you, man?
I'm all right. I want to talk about the migrant influx in America.
Yes, sir.
I'm fully against it. I'm fully against all of them coming over here and taking all our benefits and taxpayers having to pretty much house and support them. And plus, it will be traumatic and devastating to Black people, Black culture, Black income, because all of the companies that want cheap labor are going to hire those workers over Black Americans. So we are going to suffer probably the worst out of any other group.
Okay. I'm listening.
So I don't really know if there's anything to fix it, because this is something that America wants. And I do know I had a personal experience with someone that was from a different country, and he already had more power than me, and he didn't even speak English. So if that can happen to me, I already see what the future holds. Like for most of us, like they already know they have one up on us.
Okay, you're culturally proud. I can appreciate that. Can I ask how old are you? You're calling from a 718 area code, so you're up north. How old are you, sir?
I'm 37.
Okay. Objectively speaking, I'm sick and tired of going through the drive-thrus. Yes, I go through drive-thrus and getting attitude from Shamika, Shakrisha, Laquana, and whatever other fucking name those girls have. I asked for napkins, they sucked their teeth. I asked for a straw, they slammed the goddamn window. But when I go to other places, and I just got back from a California road trip, in case you don't know, in November, drove from Seattle down to goddamn San Diego. Every drive-thru I went through, and you had some woman who barely spoke English, she gave me what I wanted with a smile. Just give me my shit with a smile. Am I wrong? Or is that too personal?
You're not wrong at all, so like I deal with these mammies on a daily basis too, but at the same time, I deal with good, proper Black women that have manners, have respect, will say thank you, You hold the door open. They are respectful and have manners.
Where?
So it is a
Can you send me one?
bitches and black women and niggas and black men.
So where are those black women? I would love to meet one. Where are they at? I'm going deep here today. Where are they at in the drive-thrus?
Everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Everywhere. I've had plenty of them, and I messed it up. They're everywhere. Like we can't clumping everyone into a group like
Right.
we're all the same. Just like I wouldn't want someone to do that to me. We can't do that to other people.
Okay.
You got my email, sir?
Who am I speaking to? Hello?
It's Desmond Fox. Desmond Fox.
Desmond, you have to tell me who you are, man. Desmond, I just turned 59. Half of my brain is fried. Yes, I got your email, man. I didn't know I was talking to you. Good to hear from you, sir. I'm going to respond tomorrow. Thank you for the research. And yeah, man, I'll give you the last word with regard to the Title 42 expiring last night. Go ahead.
My headset is kind of messed up, so I can't really hear you that well. So I'm gonna just get off the line.
Okay,
now.
thank you, man.
If you do a show tonight, I'll call back.
Thank you. So thank you. Okay, Desmond Fox tapping in. Good guy. Okay, back in the building. Star Report Friday afternoon. We're talking about Title 42 that expired last night and the influx of the migrants. Oh my God, 10,000 a day. They're taking jobs. Yeah, I'm not looking to be overran by migrants, or illegals, but we are the land of opportunity, Bang, bang, shoot 'em up, nigga, die slow. That was my moniker back in 2001 on the Star and Buck Wild show. Bang, bang, shoot 'em up, nigga, die slow, right? I have to accept responsibility for wanting the nonsense to manifest and to grow, and here it is. Also, thank you to the FBA female who sent me a very nice email. She commended me for going in the other night on FBA, Foundational Black Americans. She commended me. This is the objective perspective, folks. I don't take sides. At my age, I want to do more teaching than anything else. And if I can stimulate thought and get you motivated, then that's a great thing, okay? But let me just say this to some of you who you were in the comments. Hold on a second. You were in the comments. You were in your feelings on the last episode that we did. To be precise, about California governor no longer supporting payments for reparations. Don't start that nonsense now talking about, there was never no bag to get. Well, then why the fuck did you go to Oakland, California? And I'm talking about a group of you, not just one person. Don't tell me about one person. Reparations and people, African Americans and people who are already here has been on the table being discussed for decades, centuries, if you will. Some of you are just now learning about reparations, and that's nice, that's great. But don't act like, there was never no bag to get in California anyway. Well, then why'd you go? Well, why'd you even entertain it? But thank you to the young lady who sent in a nice donation, and we had a nice exchange. Okay? Hemp Lord, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Okay, thank you, sir. Hemp Lord, you are appreciated, okay? Adonis, hating on migrant won't help. FBA is the least unit, okay? Alpha Villains, tap it in. Okay, got you, man. Thank you. I am promoting you just the same, okay? Okay, I don't know. People, folks, please don't send me emails during the show asking me questions. I'm not reading emails during my show about something that has nothing to do with the goddamn show, okay? I can't multitask like that, and it makes me aggy. All right, let's get back to the phone lines. Area code 714. Good afternoon. Title 42 has expired. Are you up to speed? We're talking about the migrants coming into America. 10,000 a day. Are you there?
Yeah. Hey, good afternoon, Mr. Terrain. Thank
Hey.
you for taking my call.
How are you, sir?
Hey, just wanted to drop some comments on it. Us as American citizens should be aware, and I've called in the past in support of Mexicans specifically being able to enter the country, but
Okay.
taken as a whole, I do think that it is achieving a breaking point, but us as Americans should be aware that, as the Honorable Jeremiah Wright said after the World Trade attacks, Americans' chickens are coming home to roost. So a lot of these refugees.
Whoa. So I caught that. The Honorable who?
Jeremiah Wright, remember he got thrown under the bus because of some stuff he said.
I know exactly who he is. I wanted you to repeat it.
Yeah, he got thrown.
Come on.
I think Hannity went back to back, like, nightly until it became a national issue.
Yeah.
It caught fire.
Yeah. Until Obama totally denounced him.
He had to walk that back. He had to totally distance himself.
Until Obama did not. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. He said, hey, had I been sitting in the front row, I would have walked out.
Right.
So I guess he didn't. Anyway, so my point is, I just got my passport renewed the other day.
Okay.
Went to Colombia with my wife. Great time.
Nice.
At the passport office, I saw, an Afghan family. Good, nice looking guy. He's had his wife, 3 kids, 2, 3, and 4. And of course they're going to get their passport. They're now American citizens. So, every time we intervene in some foreign conflict at a faraway country, then you compound the issues of immigration. It stops becoming a regional thing, which our involvement in Central America created, in the 80s, created a lot of what we have as well today. So we're doing that. We did it with Vietnam. We get the most hardcore people that happen to lose the war that land on this coast, and they become the new political dynamic. So we get the Cubans, we got the Vietnamese, eventually we got some Afghans, Iraqis.
Welcome to the party. Now hang on a second. We've spoken before.
Next.
So now let's acknowledge something here with regards to America. I am a proud American, but this is the objective perspective. I'm not just going to sit here and promote fear. We've got to stop these people from coming here. Because, many groups have come here and flourished, and they have assimilated to being white, especially Italians. Most people don't know their history. Even Italians who are born here know nothing about Italy and how Italians were treated when they came here decades ago. So now, you say you just got your passport. Where were you born? I forget.
I was born here in Orange County, California.
Okay.
My parents are from Mexico.
Okay.
I feel like a native of the Southwest United States. So, Mexican Americans, I do feel that Mexicans have a right to kind of come and go as they please throughout the Southwest because of the historical ancestry embedded there. And I don't want to get into too much detail.
Yeah.
Well,
California used to be Mexico, right? For the most part.
Right, and I called in the last time, and I told him that the last Mexican governor, told Gene Richmond, was a black man. Yeah. So we have had people in power, not your traditional FBA or anything, but there has been people of African descent at high government positions in Mexico, including the presidency. So, but my point is more so people today who are afraid of immigration and people at the border. Hey man, if that's your issue, are you trying to do anything to stop the escalating war in Ukraine? And if that catches fire and turns into a more regional thing, because it seems like we're arming one side and they're still losing territory. So eventually, they're already working their way here. They're going to have rights to be able to get here because we sided with them. You know? And we've been doing it all along. So if you have a fear of immigration, just know that it's tied into our foreign policy as well. And then maybe you should speak up now, because the next wave is coming. And I guess maybe that's the way the world works.
Now, hang on a second, because my California road trip was so necessary, so important to me to be on this microphone and speak about things. You're from California. I went, I drove. Now, I've been going to California over the decades, going back to the 80s, more so, Los Angeles, places like that. But my road trip, I drove, again, from Seattle all the way down to Portland, Oregon, Grants Pass, Medford. And then I went into California. You get a lot of noise on your end. Can you make the adjustments? You keep hitting the microphone. Can you make the adjustments, please?
Yeah, my apologies.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I went to Redding, California. You ever been there? Redding, that's where they have the Sundial Bridge. Redding?
I haven't been there, no.
Okay, I went to Redding. I drove down, I think it's Chico, and then I went down along the Pacific coast. I went to Santa Rosa, of course, San Francisco, San Jose, Santa Cruz. You ever been to Santa Cruz?
Yeah, I actually did a very similar coastal trip with my brother and nephew about a year ago. Very similar to yours. We went all the way to Washington and down and back.
Yeah, I then drove down to Santa Maria, of course, Los Angeles, Long Beach, and then I finished up in San Diego. That was probably the best thing I've done in terms of traveling in the last 5 years. I got a chance to go through Huntington Beach. I've never been there.
Yep, that's
I've been to Malibu, but Huntington Beach, wow, how long is that beach? Is what, 9 or 12 miles of just beach, and then you have the refineries on the other side of the beach? You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, of course. The refineries are called the smokestacks locally here, and they, I'm in Huntington Beach. I'm specific to this area, or Orange County, actually, Santa Ana specifically. So, don't talk that up too much, though. I don't know. You seem like I do like that you took that trip, and it is great, and you should do it again. I was actually trying to encourage you to make it all the way into Baja, all the way down to,
no, thank you.
To the tip.
No, thank you.
I sent you a few emails.
Yeah.
It's very scenic as well.
I don't want to do that, but
but don't talk it up too much. I don't. We already have enough people here in California.
Ooh.
A lot of people just take the bus thinking they're special. They take the Greyhound. They end up in Hollywood. They find out they're regular, and then they don't have the courage to go back home. That's a lot of the problem we got sometimes.
So you don't want more people coming to California? Is that what you're saying?
Come correct, like you say about Atlanta, right? Come correct. If you
have
the work ethic and you have the drive.
I'm out of here.
Come correct if you have the work ethic. Everybody's welcome. But if you're just going to come because you think you have, special talents and you're going to make it, a lot of those people had the same dream.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey, man, thanks for checking in. Enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Take care. Bye.
We're having some good discussions here this afternoon. And, folks, I'm going to run out shortly and make a few moves. And I'm going to try and do an evening show. I'm going to try. Friday nights we like to turn up and go off the rails and do the gritty and get goofy, all right? On the screen, another one of my sponsors, www.youtube.com/@Dean29. Check him out. Tell him I sent you. Also, in the community section is a link to his YouTube channel, all right? Who sent it a donation via Cat? Black Racist. Thank you for tapping in, sir. I'm against most immigration, but if you spend 5 days on the open sea in a raft, cross a desert, or had to swim across a river and jump a fence, plus dodge border patrol, gosh darn it, you can stay. Black Racist, thank you, man, for that, donation. I'm neutral on this topic. There's pros and cons on both sides. For the most part, I want people vetted. Oh, I want you vetted. I want you vetted if you live next door to me. I want to know who's living next door to me. But thank you, Black Racist. Elvis the Chef Rosenberg, thank you for your donation. Okay. Via Cash App. Okay. Blade. Okay. Blade says, Star, I sent you the video of the hairy-armed Dago. Blade, I know my history with respect to Italy. Been there, as I said, twice. Yeah, I didn't watch that because it's whenever like people start sending me stuff to, I guess maybe they've just, I'm not saying you, but they just learned something. As if I don't know the history. Thank you for your donation. Okay, I'm probably the only person on New York radio that really went in balls deep on Italians. I gave them no goddamn mercy. Anybody in that live chat remember Star on Hot 97? I didn't play with Italians. I'm half Italian. I used to light them up like Christmas trees. They really got in their feelings. I used to call them niggers with straight hair every goddamn day, especially when that trash, The Sopranos, was on. But thank you, Blade. Sir Shy, got your donation. Ooh, Star, the Lakers dynasty starts tonight. Tune in. What time? What time? Keep me up to speed. Thank you for your donation. All right. Marshall Bussington III. There are few joys in life that surpass the pleasantry of a young man's buttocks. Jesus Christ. But listening to your reports is one of them. And for that, I thank you. Dre at Grave Shift sends a donation. I really enjoy when number 9 chooses to forget about his forefathers that paddled here in a bathtub through shark-infested waters. Hashtag MAGA. Okay? Hang on a second. I'm just going to touch on this. I don't think anybody cares. Praz, formerly of the Fugees, he's now threatening to sue people. Okay, according to multiple sources. He's suing Kyrie Irving and 50 Cent. In reality, he sent them cease and desist letters. He doesn't have the time nor the money at this point to be suing anybody. Praz has yet to be sentenced. He was convicted multiple accounts of conspiracy. I think it was fraud and some other things. Convicted of charges tied to an illegal foreign influence. Okay, and he's threatening to sue Rolling Stone. You know, that sounds hot. Yo, I'm suing people. Wasn't Benzino suing people? Until you file a lawsuit, it's just pump faking, trying to slow down, you know, the people from saying and doing what they're doing. You know? Okay, Lakers and Warriors at 10 p.m. tonight. D. Nizzy, is that accurate? Is that accurate? 10 p.m. tonight? So maybe we'll do a show at 8 p.m. Before the game starts. Oh, maybe I'll stream live and we'll discuss the game. I don't know. Okay, so we're done with Praz. Does anybody care about the showrunner? If not, we'll keep it pushing, okay? I asked the question earlier, what type of females are we raising? Myself included. I don't have any biological daughters. What are you doing, Star? What are you doing at your age? These young girls come to you. I don't chase them. And I interrogate them. You get in the bag, shorty? You know, I'm not a sugar daddy. Nobody's flying you out. Are you popping up on the gram? Are you popping up on TikTok? No? Well, you know, I'm about that bag, shorty. I'm about, wait a minute. Steve the Dean Williams, I'm live, man, if you want to call in. Steve the Dean.
All right, I'll call you. I'll grab them. I'm on my way.
Okay, cool. Steve the Dean Williams, Man Mindset Show. If nobody wants to chime in, that's fine. But I was asking myself that question this morning, as I do in the mornings. I sip coffee, I talk to myself. What type of females are we raising? Do you think that the reality of the ratios of quality females and, you know, broke down bitches, we used to call them broke down bitches back in the 80s, you know, broken down bitches, you know, stretch marks, cellulite, fucked up edges, bitches who need hot oil treatments, split ends, 2 kids, Bitches riding around on ball tires. Do you think that the influx of those broke down bitches are making the game crazy? Well, what are they telling the young girls? Girl, you got to use what you got to get what you want. That's the reason why we've got all sorts of 832 trash up on social media talking about hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App. Bitch, I'll spit on you. Okay, that was a little too harsh, pardon me. Hit the Cash App. Why? This might be him right here. Oh, shit, did it drop out? Steve the Dean, what happened? Steve the Dean Williams, is that you, sir? Man Mindset Show, how are you, man?
Yes, sir. How you doing, Star?
Hey, man, you always get it lit when you call into my show. Your banner was reposted in my community section, first and foremost. If you get time, man, leave a comment with a link to your channel so we can drive that traffic to you, okay?
I'll do it as soon as I get off the phone.
Okay, and my showrunner, what type of females are we raising? Just a question I asked myself this morning. You know, I mean, we have so many slurs now, not even whores, and they're up on social media talking about hit the Cash App, and the level of simping is just so out of control now. And I'm sure you've approached this on your show, yes? The Man Mindset, what type of
yes.
females we're raising? Please,
absolutely, sir.
Please.
Yes, absolutely. But, okay, we got to kind of look at it two ways. Yes. These women are like wild animals, and I have no disrespect to the ladies, but they're like wild animals out there running amok. But it takes a man who has structure to give these women structure. It's something that their fathers never gave them because most don't have their fathers around. So they're just running around, doing what just wild children do until they meet a man, like you're saying, who isn't simping, that gives her more structure to show her that she needs to clean up her act if she wants to be with him.
I hear you. I know what you do on social media, the Man Mindset Show. I'm almost at that point, though, Steve, where I think, and you tell me if I'm wrong, where I can't blame these guys who are quality men, and I can't blame them for saying, these hoes ain't worth it. These hoes ain't worth buying them, trying to even educate them. That it's a lost cause. There's too many of them now up on TikTok and OnlyFans, and, I can't blame them for thinking like that. You're saying that the men should tighten up themselves, get to pimping stronger? What are you saying?
Well, yeah. Well, you train people how to treat you, number one. So let's look at it like a job, okay? So these women act amok, but they go to their jobs and act right because there's a standard, structure with the company that says if you are out of line or out of order, first you'll get a warning and then you'll get fired. Yeah. So a lot of these men out here are not living like a company by leading by an example of, this is what I expect you to be for me. And if you get out of order, I'm going to dismiss you and find somebody else. So, and again, I don't want to try to put it all on the guys, but as men, we got to be leaders. So we can't complain about a wild woman with no structure. We have structure to change her. And if she doesn't want to change, we just dismiss her.
Hang on a second, Steve. Laverne, thank you for your donation. Laverne says, long-time followers since 1998. A lot of them don't want structure. I totally agree with Laverne. And let me just say this, Steve, at my age, 59, I don't have the patience I used to try and talk to a bitch. At my stage now, and folks, I'm dumbing out this afternoon. I'm quick to tell a female, bitch, fuck you. Fuck you, bitch. Lose my number. Lose my number, bitch. Steve, I used to leave women in restaurants at the fucking table if she said something
good
I didn't agree with. I would say, hey, let me go use the restroom, be right back, and out the fucking door. Am I wrong now, Steve?
No, you're absolutely right. But here lies the question that you have to ask these men. are you a I don't know, maybe, I'm not sure, I'll let you know kind of a man? Because like you said before, I won't tolerate that because she is a nothing. So if she is a nothing and I'm a something, then what is she bringing to my table to show me that she's worth my time? Because she doesn't have any value until I put the value in her.
I'm sorry, I dropped my pen. Yeah, I mean, and I respect what you do. You take the time. You know, I don't have the patience now, Steve. I'm more hardcore now with a bitch than I was 30 or 20 years ago. I'm quick to say, bitch, fuck you. Bitch, fuck you. Bitch, you ain't getting no bag. Bitch, you got hammer feet. Bitch, you got on a cheap fucking lace front. Bitch, fuck you. I'm on that type of time now, Steve.
Well, the question is, Star, for these guys, are they going for the bag or are they going to put their package on the table to say that I don't want to be your friend? I'm not here to be your man. I just want to put your face in the pillow, your tail up in the air, and that's all I want to do. You're not special to me.
Yeah. I don't have any female friends. Zero. If we're working together, cool. You know, I've got the females who I talk to about business. But I ain't here to pillow talk with nobody. I don't want to hear about your problems. I want to hear about your fucking man. I'm definitely not friends with any female that's married. No, that ain't happening. No. But okay, man, tell us what's going on your platform, The Man Mindset. What is your last episode and what's coming up, please?
Well, what we're doing is we're just keep pushing forward to let guys know that they need structure and they need to keep pushing forward with their name and have a standard like you to be able to say no and to be able to walk away at any time and point and show these women that they're not special, basically, man.
Steve, I appreciate you calling in. Folks, make sure you check out The Man Mindset, and in my community section is a link to his platform. And Steve, your banner is still in rotation at the end of the shows as well, all right?
Thank you so much, Star, and I appreciate you. Anytime you need me, just let me know, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. I'll let Steve call me a brother. He's a good guy, man. We're going to get back to Title 42. I didn't mean to fly off the handle, but just, you know, when I start thinking about these females today, hit the Cash App. Hit the Cash App. You goofy bitch with a dead eye. Fuck is in your Cash App? Hang on a second. Let me make sure I'm promoting my sponsors here. Jersey's Concrete, where are you? Oh, they trying to get at you in my community section. Hang on. Jersey's Concrete got people in their feelings. In my community section, he interviews people. There's a female, she's in her 50s, who he interviewed, and she's talking about, life in the ghetto and some other craziness. I'm not gonna say anything disrespectful to her about her, but she keeps it a little too real. Okay. Okay, hold on a second. Let me go back to Cash App. Terrence, got your donation. Star, you're my dad, and you owe me 18 years of arrears. Salute. Thank you, sir, for your donation. Is it? How do I say your name? Lanicia, I got your donation. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm moving back to New Jersey. If you're just now joining this show, folks, I submitted my notice to vacate yesterday here with the leasing agency. So I'll be out of here roughly in 2 or 3 months. And even if I don't find a place within that time, I'm going to go back home. My home is Stone Harbor, New Jersey. I'm not hiding. I think that's the best thing for me right now, to just go, and then figure it out once I get there. I'm selling a home there, and I got my auntie out of the house finally, The house is immaculate, and she had one of the rooms smelling like fucking diapers and Geritol, respectfully. So I'm going to go there for a while. If you know Stone Harbor, hold on a second. You already know I will be there just for a couple of months until I figure it out. I was trying to move Well, no, not trying. Thinking about moving to Seattle, but business in New York City is calling me. I still haven't tweaked that business yet, but I can't go to Seattle right now, okay, until my uncle dies up in Rome, New York. Area code 612. Apollo, are you there? 612. Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm there. Can you hear me?
It's a little noisy in the background, sir. Are you driving? What's going on? It's a little staticky.
Oh, let me take these headphones off. Hold on.
Okay, I'll wait for you, sir. I appreciate the donation.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Thank you for tapping in. Title 42, the policy has expired last night. What say you, sir?
Yeah, I want to keep it real. I know you're down with the objective perspective, and I want to say that I want to be honest that I hear a lot of people complain about immigrants and what they gonna do when they get here. And to be honest with you, man, even if you look at higher education, it's like the immigrants are the ones going to school over here and doing all the stuff that we supposed to be doing. And then it's like, I hear people saying we get judged by, like, say, our African brothers about being lazy and doing this and doing that. And I feel like a lot of stereotypes, there's a little truth to it. And I'm from America, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that, you know, we have a lot of opportunities here, and my community hasn't stepped up. Me speaking as black, we haven't stepped up to a lot of, you know, opportunities we have, and there's no unity. So we and the other people have the right to complain about immigrants coming here, taking jobs and doing that, because these jobs are available to us and been available to us. And just because someone else is stepping up and wanting to come take them and do them, it's like we don't have a right to even voice an opinion on that, in my opinion. I'm speaking as a black man, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. I hear you. And again, this objective perspective, I like to hear other people's points of views. I don't necessarily want to, just because I'm older, project as if I've got the answers, you know? I like what you're saying.
Right.
I agree with what you're saying to some extent. But now, how old are you? Can I ask?
I'm 45.
Okay. This is not a blanket statement, but, you know, I just think that, you know, ADOS, or, you know, this newer term, FBA people, I see the fighting, the squabbling, the marching, the singing, the calls of, you know, oppression, and then I'm like, God damn, am I going to spend the next 20 years of my life attaching myself to that? I mean, you know, I don't think I can do it for another 20 years. Am I wrong?
And we shouldn't have to do that, because to be honest with you, I'm going to say something about my people. You know, my people, we're strong people for the most part, but we have a lot of followers, and we like to be led and not do things on our own, and that's why we're in the position we're in, because everyone always want to be a follower and just go along with get along and not do stuff that's actually beneficial for the community, and that's why we fail. And so, you know, most people that don't have the best interest for us seem to have the loudest voice and have the most followers just in general, and that seems to keep us hindered where we at over the years. That's just my perspective of what I look at as a man as I get older.
Right.
And it's like I said, that's why I say I don't have no problem. Right now, I just bought a home like 5 years ago, and 90% of the work done on my house is done by immigrants, and they're hard workers, they're cheap labor, and they're legit. They show up on time, they do their job. So it's like I kind of get offended when people talk about immigrants, because I done got friends with these people, and they're from all around the world, you know, Mexico, you know, Africa, all this stuff. I support small business. And unfortunately, you go to the black communities, all the small businesses are ran by immigrants, because my people don't want to step up and do what we got to do to take over our community. So they can move us to an island, they can move us to Africa, they can move us anywhere. But if there's no unity and we ain't willing to put in the work, we're never going to get out of our predicament. And it falls on our shoulders. Me personally, I feel like it falls on our shoulders, so we can't complain.
Yeah, if I can just jump in and say I agree with you in terms of migrants, immigrants. I'm not just going to hate on you because you're from someplace else. Then I would be under the same mindset as the racists that have been here in this country for centuries, you know, promoting the propaganda of fear. Not that I'm just going to accept them coming here, again, waving their flags of corruption, but I'm not just going to say, oh, this is such a bad thing. I read. I'm talking about Title 8 here, not just Title 42. And there are things that, you know, can be done, should be done, but you have to be informed. You can't just fall victim to the goddamn propaganda. I don't watch Fox News. I know what they're hustling, what they're preaching. But you said you're a homeowner. Can you tell us what state? You don't have to say what city, but what state are you a homeowner in?
I'm in Minnesota, so I went through all that George Floyd crap and all that Black Lives Matter crap. You know what I'm saying? So I seen it front hand. You know, I'm from Minnesota, I'm from Minneapolis, and so it's like, you know, like I said, and I speak truth, and I say the truth is, you know, we have opportunities to make stuff happen in the Black community. We just choose to. It's too many of us that don't choose to jump on board, and that's why there's no unity. Everybody wants the easy way out. They don't want to work hard. You know, not all, but just a lot of our people in our community do that. And I'm a realist, so I'm gonna be real about it. And it's just like, you know, I grew up in the hood. I'm from the worst part of Minneapolis, and so. But think about this: I grew up. I got a college degree. I'm doing what I got to do, and it's like, yeah, it was obstacles, but you know what? I fought through it. I got a good paying job. I got a pension. I got benefits. I got all that. So no one can tell me about the excuses. I don't believe in the excuses. You just gotta fight through the obstacles and make it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey man, I appreciate the call and good luck out there in Minneapolis. I know it gets cold as hell out there sometimes.
Right, it does. And yeah, thanks for coming on, man. I also want to say, man, fuck Rory. I had to say that. Sorry.
Geez. Okay, thank you, man. Thank you. Okay. Whew. Okay, we're having a good discussion here this afternoon. Big Elvis the Chef. Hold on, sir. You're up next. Hold on. Big Elvis the Chef Rosenberg. Pamela, Star, why don't you have female friends? You know, I have associates. I have had female friends in the past, you know, but I'm not, you know, friends with a female in hopes of getting in her panties, and I don't see things from a female perspective. I'm a heterosexual man, ego-driven, confident, you know? I don't pillow talk with I don't hear about your fucking relationship. That ain't never been me. If we ain't smashing or we're not working together, there's not a lot to talk about, you know? Let's keep it real. Thank you for your donation. You know? Hammerfoot Princess. Okay, this is somebody trolling, talking about their feet. Okay, that's kind of disgusting. But thank you, Hammerfoot Princess. Yeah, that was a line from a song that I wrote, Bum Bitch, Hammerfoot Princess. Okay. Big Elvis, the Chef, thank you for tapping in, sir. We're talking about Title 42, expired last night. Are you scared? The migrants, they're coming. Where's Elvis? Yes, no, maybe.
Big Elvis, the Chef Rosenberg. I'm here, Star.
Yes, sir. Where do you want to start?
Well, I saw your showrunner. What type of female are you raising?
Yeah.
And I have a 10-year-old daughter,
okay,
and I'm raising her to be a wife. I say things to her like, you're going to make a great wife when you get older. Your kids are going to really appreciate you knowing how to do these things. And you're so good at what you're doing. Oh, you're going to make your husband so proud one day. I constantly say stuff like this to her.
Really?
So
really?
I would like to believe I'm raising a daughter, yeah. I mean, raising a wife.
Okay. You've got a hell of a job ahead of you, man, because now we have, we've got, well, depending on what type of husband, you know, you hope she gets or she so chooses, you know, would you be okay with your daughter marrying a bisexual man?
Wow. I won't have any control on that aspect of it. Like, if he's like an openly bisexual man and she's like, Dad, he's amazing and I love him, I'm going to have to trust her because I'm going to be busting my ass until she's 18 years old with the morals and values and that of a wife. So I'm going to have to sit back and allow her to be her own person at some point. I can't be involved in that, you know? So whoever
I have to call cap, sir, as the younger people say. I have to call cap. If I'm raising a daughter and she tells me the man she either is going to marry or did marry, you know, lets other men plow him in his ass, girl, get the fuck from around him. That nigga's a straight bitch.
Oh,
he's bitchified. He'll get in his feelings one day and slap fire out of you. Then I'll have to kill that bitch nigga. No, baby, you date you date a heterosexual man. You know, if he gives you an uppercut, then I'll deal with him. But you ain't marrying no nigga that, he's sashaying and keying around the house. Fuck no. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead, Elvis.
No. I hear you, Star, but you got to put in a lot of work, and hopefully it pays off, man. Hopefully you get the return on your investment, because once you start showing your children that this is a person you don't like, they gravitate to these people. You have to be very careful. It's a double-edged sword. But I feel you. And then, you're going to have 5 lesbian daughters, so, you won't have to worry about that.
Well, I've said that, in the past, if I have 5 daughters, I would hope that 3 of them are bulldaggers, dykes, fur burger eaters, but at least, they will deal with that, in their world, the female world, these cisgender, whatever they're calling it. But in terms of my daughter who I've raised, nah, baby, Daddy can't co-sign you, marrying a bottom or even a top. No, you can do better than that, boo-boo. I taught you better. You see, it falls on the father. Right. Respectfully, now, I'm not a father, you are, but in my mind, it falls, I'm not accepting that. Matter of fact, don't come around the house on holidays and get back to me in 3 years. I'm that type.
Whoa.
Yeah. Cut you the fuck off.
Nah, I feel you. You'll wash your hands of a person. I get it.
I cut my nephew off for 4 years. Told him, I said, nigga, I'll choke the fuck out you. Yeah. And then he came back. Hang on a second. He came back after 4 years, and he said, yeah, I'm just, Uncle Troy, I'm glad we could talk about this. And I said, no, we're not talking. You had to go get your mind right and realize, I'm smarter than you. You had to go get your mind right. And if you don't think that what I'm saying is truth, then get the fuck from around me. See, I'm that type. I'll let you finish up, though.
Huh. I'm with you, Star. I get it. I get it. I just wanted to throw my hat in and tell you about the wife that I'm raising, and I'm being very proactive in that.
Thank you, man.
It's not my imagination. It's the hard work I'm putting in. You are appreciated, Star.
Thank you, Elvis. Yes, sir. I told my nephew, nigga, I'll choke the fuck out you in front of your mother, and I'll go to jail. I'm not going to repeat everything I said, on the show, because we're cool now. He got his mind right. I had to let him know, no, we're not talking like men, because the shit you did was not what men do. You did some goofy shit, but if you got your mind right, we can talk. Anybody know what I'm talking about? See, that's why that's one of the reasons why I don't beef with people on YouTube. I'm not from that era where you say some disrespectful shit to me, and then you try and apologize and Nah, I can apologize like a man. I was wrong. I was in my feelings. No, pussy nigga. That doesn't fly with me. We got to see each other with these. That's the era I come from. There's no nigga who could ever say we had a misunderstanding and then we spoke like men. No, you were a bitch. And you didn't understand what I was saying once upon a time. You're older now, and now you understand what I was saying. We're not speaking like men. Anybody know what I'm talking about? I can apologize like a man. Yeah, fuck out of here. Any other sponsors I need to put on the screen here? Hold on a second. Okay. Wait a minute. Folks, all of my sponsors get acknowledged. Okay, the show gets slowed down. Pow. Okay. Community section is where my sponsors are, in case you don't know. Larry, I got your donation via Cash App. Thank you for tapping in, sir. Thanks for taking my call. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Amen, got your donation. Muammar Gaddafi, Central Park tent coming soon. Okay, well, in relation to your comment, if I'm assuming you're, trying to put a spotlight on something, politics is the dirtiest game in America. It's dirtier than, drug dealing, the kingpin, pushing keys to states. All that's nigger shit. Politics is the dirtiest game. Lobbyist, So the issue and the influx of the migrants, illegal aliens, I think now is a time where we have to see people really roll up their sleeves and come up with solutions. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Oh, you want to get back on the line. Hold on a second. I see you. Stay there. Roll up your sleeves and give us some solutions as opposed to just calling things from, one-sided from your party's perspective. Gene Richmond, a.k.a. number 9, you're back, sir. You're back. I thought you were taking your lunch break and you had to go back to work. What's going on?
Well, I just had something on my chest. I mean, it does correlate with our topic, but okay. The FBAs have been quiet this week, especially on your show. I mean, it's been crickets since that L that they took. I mean, is it me? FBAs have been quiet.
Hey, I said it. I'll say it again. They fumbled the bag, and if there was no bag to get, why'd you go out there? See, I don't want to hear the bullshit. Oh, there was never a bag. Well, what'd you go there for? And I'm talking about multiple people, not just one person. What'd you go for if there was no bag? Go ahead.
I've been hearing crickets.
Yeah.
And now they got a double whammy because there are more foreigners and illegals that have broke through the barriers of the border. So now they're even more doomed because now these foreigners are going to get amnesty deals. They're going to get reforms for education. They're going to get reforms for healthcare, and they're going to get reforms for housing. So now the SBA is even in a bigger rut.
They're going to get vouchers, Bugattis.
Yes, that's 2 L's this week.
Viva Mexico!
That's worse than.
I'm about to start claiming La Raza.
That's worse. That's worse than what happened to the Phoenix Suns.
Ooh.
Jesus Christ.
Let's go.
That's worse. How can you? I haven't really heard much from the FBA callers aside from Crown. Dana with the data. Where are you?
Where are you? Dana, number 9, calling you out. Dana with the data. Number 9 talking crazy. Go ahead.
No, Dana's my friend. I'm just saying, where are you? Where are they? Where are they? It's just I've been hearing crickets the last 3 days.
Yeah.
It's been quiet.
Hey.
It's been quiet. It's been quiet online. Your phone. Where's that guy that did the show with Adam Carolla or Adam from MTV? Where's that guy? It's been quiet.
Oh, Mo Fax.
Mo Fax. It's been quiet.
Mo's busy. Mo's busy. Yeah. This is for La Raza.
You could hear a pin drop in the SBA in the hallways of the SBA institution.
Well, you know who is talking? You know who is talking? Yvette Carnell. Yvette Carnell went
is she?
She went hard to paint, huh? Strappy pulled out the cannon. I'm sorry. Go.
I want to applaud Yvette Carnell, that rainbow bright lady. I want to applaud her because she deconstructed that slick back.
Easy. Don't take any shots at anybody in particular. That's right, I don't do that. But FBA as a whole. Right. Listen, I'm an American descendant of slavery. Half of me on my father's side. So whatever they get, I'm gonna be right there. Where's mine? But the California Task Force, for those who don't know, this past Saturday, in Oakland, California, the open meeting, and for the life of me, I can't figure out why was that meeting made public. Why were we able to see it? It should have been behind closed doors. If you're gonna fight, and buck up, close the goddamn doors and don't film it. Does that make sense?
They had Negroes fighting each other, though. I'm confused. Why were they fighting? Why aren't they united? Isn't this a united front? Why were they fighting? And 200 million.
Per person. 200 million per what? Oh, hell no.
That would bankrupt the whole West Coast and the Midwest.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Listen, number 9.
What do you think of that?
I hate to cut you short. I'm gonna shut this down. I gotta run out and get some moving boxes. I'm moving. You know that? And this summer I gave my notice to vacate. I'm out of here.
Oh well, there's a lot of alternative lifestyles going on in Georgia. So I guess you got to get out while you can.
No, listen, I've had fun, and I'm glad I moved here in 2019. It's been very beneficial to me. I mean, Atlanta is the new black media mecca, but there's just a lot of smoke and mirrors going on here, and I don't have to be here. It's more beneficial to me to move back up north for a while. I'll be in Jersey, so I'll be there for a couple of months, and then I'll decide, whether I'm going to go back into. I would like to go into New York City, Sutton Place to be precise. Do you know what's going on with the rent increases, yada, yada, yada? I haven't kept up.
A 1-bedroom apartment in Manhattan right now is about $4,000 easy. It's 35 to 4,000 on the low end.
I can write that off for tax reasons, but I don't know. I just there's so much other stuff to consider in New York City. But hey, man. Thank you for calling back. Good to talk to you.
All right, thanks.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Gene Richmond, a.k.a. number 9. Black Racist got your other donation. Let the immigrants in or out is the one thing. Just please don't let them drive. Atlanta traffic is a direct effect of just letting anybody get a license. That's a very, very good point. Driving in Atlanta during rush hour is murder. Murder. I'm in Woodstock. I never go downtown, Monday through Friday, during business hours or rush hours. And on the weekends, sometimes it's crazy. It's like, why am I sitting here? On a goddamn Sunday, in bumper to bumper. Andre got your donation. Star, isn't it a coincidence that Congress has allowed open carry, ? Currently, there are 45 states in the U.S. that allow it. Now the borders are opening. I don't think that's a coincidence at all, sir. I think that, just in my opinion, they're going to let people, the individual states, work out their differences as opposed to trying to suck the government, for intervention and other things. Andre, sir, you're a business proprietor like myself. Capitalism is our culture here in America. Capitalism. That's why we have the Establishment Clause, the separation of church and state. It's just one of the reasons. People can get the bag, hustling religion, groups, So yeah, open carry is a reality. I open carry in Georgia, not to do anything other than protect myself. Hell, I'm up in Walmart sometime with my AR-15. Me and Carucci. I got her in the case on my shoulder. I got Moses. I'm shopping. These niggas are dangerous out here, but thank you for your donation. All right, Houston. Houston, I'm shutting it down, man. But your banner's in my community section, Houston, okay? Guys, in my community section, there are banners to my sponsors and other topics of interest, okay?